Good morning students, this is Babli Yadav, your English teacher. Today I will discuss chapter 4, Landscape of the Soul, written by Nathalie Trouvroy. Students, first of all we will discuss about the meaning of the chapter. Landscape means a picture or a painting that shows a view of the countryside, or we can say a style of painting. Soul means the spiritual part of a person. Thus, we can say that landscape of the soul means a painting with a spiritual meaning or feeling. To show this, the writer divided the chapter in two main parts. First, landscape of the soul. Second, getting inside outsiders art. Now, let's discuss about the main points or parts of the lesson. First part is the stories related to Asian and Western paintings. Second, difference between these two types paintings. Third, what is Sanshui concept? Fourth, what does outsider art means? To show these points, the writer presents three different stories in the chapter. Let's discuss about them. Students, first story is about a Chinese old tale. In 8th century, a painter Wu Daozi was asked by the Tang Emperor Xuanzong to paint a landscape to decorate a palace wall. The master hid his work behind a screen. Only the emperor could see it. The emperor admired the wonderful scene. He discovered forests, high mountains, waterfalls, clouds floating in the enormous sky, men on hilly paths and birds in flight. Then the painter asked the king respectfully to look in a cave at the foot of the mountain. He said a spirit lived there. The painter clapped his hands. The entrance to the cave opened. The painter remarked that the cave was very splendid from inside. He offered to show the way to His Majesty. The painter entered the cave, but the entrance closed behind him. The emperor was astonished. Before he could move or speak a word, the painting had vanished from the wall. Not a sign of Wu Daozi's brush was left. The artist was never seen again. This was his last painting. The writer takes another famous Chinese story about a painter. The painter would not draw the eye of a dragon he had painted because he feared that it would fly out of the painting. Such stories played an important part in China's traditional education. The books of Confucius and Zhuangzi are full of them. They helped the master to guide his disciple in the right direction. These stories reveal the spirit in which art was considered. The writer then compares these stories to an old stories from his own country, Flanders. He finds this story most representative of Western painting. In 15th century, Antwerp, a skilled blacksmith named Quentin Mestis fell in love with the painter's daughter. The father of the girl would not accept a son-in-law in such a profession. One day, Quentin went into the painter's studio secretly. He painted a fly on the master's latest painting. It was painted with delicate realism. The painter took it for a real one. He tried to hit it away. Then he realized the matter. He took Quentin as an apprentice. Then Quentin married his beloved. He went on to become one of the most famous painters of his age. The above stories from China and Flanders illustrate what each form of art is trying to achieve. Students, through these three paintings, we are able to know the difference between Chinese and European paintings. Chinese paintings are based on three main concepts. First, more abstract, less explained. Second, experience the inner life. Third, active participation of the viewers. But European paintings are based on more figurative and realistic. Second, you can see only the things that the painter wants in the European paintings. Third, only single point of view is needed in European paintings. All these stories shows the power of art. Another concept of the chapter is Shanshui. Shanshui means mountain water. Dear students, next part of the art is art brut, means the art of those who have no right to be artists because they haven't received any formal or educational training for it. Here the writer talks about Nek Chand. Nek Chand was a self-taught Indian artist who known for his majestic garden, rock garden. Now let's discuss the main theme of the chapter. The main theme of the chapter is about arts. It revolves around the art of painting told through the help of various stories. We learn about the Chinese painters and their works. Similarly, the second part explores the concept of art brut. Thank you. Have a nice day.